Hello, it's time for another episode of the Graybeard Gaming Podcast. I'm Scott, this is Liam, this is David, and we are not cool enough to have internet handles, apparently. June is Men's Mental Health Month, and as men, we know how hard it is to talk about what is going on in our brains. So if you have a brother, a husband, a dad, a boyfriend, whatever, ask them how they are doing. And when they say fine, ask them again. It's hard for us to talk about our feelings because we have always been told we shouldn't have any. We also have set up a special June Discord for anyone that wants to chat. The link will be below. Now, this is where we talk about our games we have been playing this week. So let's get started because this is also the big shows that we just had. So we're going to dig right into it. And we're going to go to David first. And then Liam has something to show us.
Yes.
And remind me to tell people what it is that are listening audio and not video. So, moving on. All right, David, what have you been doing this week?
Yeah, I got myself addicted to Dune.
Oh, you got Dune. I forgot about that. That came out.
Yes.
Did you get it early?
Dune. I did. They got me. They got me.
I know. It's kind of hard.
They got me.
That.
I sit here on this podcast and I complain about the patriarchy and the bureaucracy and the freaking, capitalism, and it just works on
white
me.
greed.
It freaking works on me. Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I got the so one of the major reasons why I got the early access because last week I was really sick. I thought I had COVID, flu, all combination of viruses. Turns out I had none of them, but I guess I'm just a pussy. So I was just so sick, and I was
You had the man flu. That's what you had.
I had man flu.
Yeah.
You had Dune
shit.
flu.
I felt like shit, but the wife was like, "You're just a wimp."
Dune just came. I mean, I got the flu.
Yeah. No, I'm serious. I really was sick, and it didn't come out Wednesday. I think it was. I don't know. It was 5 days early.
It's Friday, right?
Or
was it Friday?
I think it was. Yeah, I think it was Friday. When I looked it up, I was like, I could get it right now, and I have the weekend, and I'm home. I'm not going anywhere. So I got it, and it's a freaking great game. It's really good. I really like it a lot.
Good.
So
does George. You can hear him.
It's different than Conan. There are things about it that I'm like, they just took this from Conan. Like the climbing on the wall.
Yeah. Well, I do like that, though. You like that?
I like that. I think listen, I don't expect them to like reinvent everything and start from scratch. I expect them to take a couple of things from other games that they've created and put them into this game. I do think that they like learn their lesson as far as like, for example, in Conan, you don't really have to follow any story whatsoever. You can just do whatever you want.
Yeah.
And sometimes for me, I don't mind that. For other people, they kind of get into this point where it's like it's too much to do, and then they don't do anything. I've seen people experience that on like games like No Man's Sky, where there's just like, you could do whatever you want, and there's no real hand holding. This game, there is a little hand holding. You can't progress to something else. Like right now, I have a lot of hours into the game, and I have like 9% or like 8% of what I can craft unlocked. I can't craft. There's a lot that I can't craft. And I know how to unlock it. I just can't get to that point without doing a whole bunch of other shit. And I'm enjoying it. I'm actually enjoying it. I know a lot of people will be like, that's fucking bullshit. And I've seen the comments that people complain about, and I'm just like, that's not a complaint for me. I'm not going to complain about that.
Yeah.
But but one thing I definitely do love about the game is it's very Dune. Like they captured that Dune essence.
Yeah, even the beginning of the game and the beta, this may be different, but you're basically going to the
Arrakis.
Yeah, but you're going to see the mother. The what's the mother? I forget her name. Yeah.
So that's the very beginning of like your character creation.
Right.
You see the Bene Gesserits.
Yeah. So you're basically the main character in Dune. It's just you get to pick, what you look
Right.
like.
So it's I don't know if you guys ever seen the movie, but in the movie,
Oh yeah.
in the movie he sees all possibilities
Mhm.
of the future. That's his like gift, I guess you could say. So they wiped all that clean. They basically said in the game like none of that actually really happened. But this
Yeah.
is one way it could have happened. And that one way is your story in the game. This is one way. How are you gonna do it? And it's cool. I really like how they sort of tied that in. And so you the Benning Gesserits are like, you need to go out and you need to find the Furmen because they're all eradicated. That's how the story starts.
Yeah.
They're eradicated and you need to find them. So how the game kind of holds your hand a little bit is it has these trials that when you inhale the spice, you have to go through a trial sort of memory. And you might actually like it because the trials are sort of puzzles. So they're a little puzzly.
Yeah.
And once you do them, you start to unlock things. And then there's a skill tree with like 5 other people, 5 other, Benning Gesserit abilities, swordplay abilities, you have a trooper ability. But you can unlock all of them by speaking to certain characters in the game. You have to get there, you have to speak to them, and then they ask you to do a mission for them, and then they go, okay, I'm going to teach you this skill. And then you start unlocking all 5 skill trees. So, like I said, it's not boring. It's not like, okay, what do I do? It's very clear, very defined what to do, and you start unlocking things. And while you're unlocking things, you can have that moment of like, I just want to do whatever I want today. Today I just want to go and raid some bases, or I want to just drive around, or I want to explore a little bit. It definitely pushes you to explore. The sandworms are cool. It adds a whole new element of survival. You can't just go walking in the sand. And it's you know what? It's not just the sandworms. Once you pass a certain part of the map, there's quicksand. There's sand that on the map. It's like a circular. It's red in circle. If you get on that, the sandworms get very agitated.
Yeah.
Like the minute you step on that, they're like after you.
Yeah.
And there have been plenty of times I'm playing. I got Gina playing it with me now. I got the wife playing it with me now. And there's plenty of times when she's like, "Oh my God, there's a guy walking. I see another player. He's walking on the sand. He's gonna get eaten. There's a freaking sandworm." I'm like, "Yo, check this out!" And then we like grab
popcorn.
We just grab it. Yeah, let's just watch this guy get eaten right now. He doesn't know what he's doing. And there's moments like that where we're like, "This is freaking great," So she's a Benning Gesserit. She likes that stealthy part of the play. So I'm loving it. It's a great game. I recommend it. I'm still playing it. I just got to the point where I got the bike. I built the bike and I'm driving across, and the worms are waking up as I'm driving across. But I'm like, fuck it. I gotta get to the next part as fast as I can. So yeah, I'm gonna keep on this one.
I have one question. So you build obviously a base, right?
Yeah.
So did someone come in and build one like right next to you? Because if you remember, that's what happened to me in the beta. I'm like, oh, check this out. And I came back and like, what the fuck did you put that
Not right away.
Yeah.
Not right away. But within a day or two, yes, there was somebody. I thought I had a really nice nook. Like I found like a good spot, like indentation in the mountain, and I was like, I'm gonna build right in this mountain. Come to find out, I didn't really have a lot of space, so I had to build a second tier. I was like, I thought I could do everything with the first tier, but when you get all the crafting benches, like there's no way you're gonna have enough space. So I built a second tier. By the time I built that second tier, I had like 2 other guys, one to my left and one to my right. A lot of people building in the sand. Now I was under the impression that like that's a dumb idea because of the worms.
Yeah.
But they seem to be fine. No, there's nobody destroying them. There's no worms destroying them.
Have you had somebody like knock on your door yet and say, "I'm with the HOA. You can't park your bike there"?
No, I haven't. And you know what? Everybody's for the most part been pretty friendly.
Yeah.
I'll go to an area that I have to do a mission in, and one of the very first missions I did that was like a really important one. I fucking got downed. I swear to God, I got downed by the last boss guy or whatever. He
Yeah.
was just being annoying. And I swear to you, I would have died if this one guy that was just in there the
Yeah.
same time I was in there. And he wasn't. I think he was just like oblivious to what was happening. He just sort of was like walking around.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, I'm like, oh, I'm getting killed. And then he just comes over and he was like, oh, you're down. And he looks at this guy and he's like, he kills him right away. And I self revive.
Yeah.
And I get up and I'm like, I was like looking for the emote to be like, thank you, man, you fucking saved me, bro. But I don't know who he was, but he saved my ass.
You'd have to go back and get all your shit next to that guy that killed you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah. But everybody's been really friendly. I have seen, so I guess, I haven't really experienced a lot of glitches. But the fucking doors open and close so easily. You can be like kind of far.
Yeah, it was
from
that way in
door.
in the beta. Yeah.
The door will just fucking open.
Mm-hmm.
And because of that, I see this a lot online. People are just walking into your base.
Yeah.
And either they're being annoying or they're being stupid or they think they can get in your chest, which they can't.
Right.
And there's a lot of people online that are walking into people's bases and the door closes behind them and they can't open the door. So a lot of people, they just the people that own the base, the people that own the base sign off. They go, fuck this.
Oh,
fuck
so
this
if they're
guy.
not on, I
They
get it.
sign off, and then when they sign back on, there's like a dead icon of a player in their base, and that's it. Like I don't know.
It's like, hey, but I don't have any water or food in there. Sorry, I don't know what you're gonna do. Bye. I gotta go. Pick up my kids.
It's mostly PvE. I know that there is a PvP area that you can go in.
Yeah.
And a lot of people say like don't bring your most valuable shit because if you get killed, that's it. You're done. So but I like that they have like a little PvP area and it's not like half the map or something like that. But no, it's great. I don't really have anything bad to say about it. I really don't. I know that people are gonna find things to say about it. Maybe people had glitches. I heard some people saying that the worms were too much. There was a part in the one day when I played where the worms were like barely even there, and then they had to do a server reset. But I have really no glitches, and the game is fun.
That's really good for. I mean, this is an MMO, so it's a strategy game, but it's also an MMO, and for it to have a good launch like that, the beta, I didn't really experience anything in the beta. The people around me were more annoying than the actual beta.
Yeah. See, now I'm worried that that's gonna start taking into effect more of what you experience.
and it's not because it's like look at this entire map. Why do you want to build your shit like right there?
Well, the thing is that there's two sections of I think there's about two to three sections of the map. The first section is where they like I'm using this term that they used in Conan. It's called Noob Beach. Like you're a fucking noob. And a lot of people that are brand new will build a base on this beach. And I remember when I used to
where
play
you start.
official,
I got you.
Yeah, official on Conan, it'd be littered with people, littered with bases, and that's sort of starting. That's sort of what's happening right now. And I think it's gonna get fucking worse because I'm in the early access, and the game comes out tomorrow, basically, like for everybody.
Today, I think. It's out today.
Then.
Yeah.
I'm expecting to have like 6 or 7 bases like around my base.
You're like, who moved in here? Where do you
Right, there's gonna be somebody's gonna build like something like over here and over you, and then right here. Yeah.
But where I am, like literally where I left off in the game, is in order to unlock a whole new set of shit, I have to build a second base. They give you this thing. It's called a Fife console. It's basically how you run your base.
Yeah.
You put that down, then you can start building your base in this little box. The first Fife console you get is you can only build very small space. The second Fife console, they say you have to build the second one, and then you unlock a whole bunch of other shit.
So it's probably bigger.
The better, yes, and you can expand. You can make it bigger. Now the better shit is on outside of the basin where you start. So I'm like, I don't want to build here on New Beach anymore. I want to go out. So I just built a bike. So I'm basically gonna take that shit and haul ass and go as far as I can into the next section, and I'm probably gonna build over there, where it's probably gonna be a lot less populated. So I'm, that's where I am right now. So it might not affect me all that much, but I can almost imagine where my base is right now is going to be a lot of people. So
yeah, I get that. Yeah. So well, everybody, I think they'll probably start to find their groove, and this game will probably get better. I'm looking at on Steam. It did come out today with 14,000 very positive, which is great. That's pretty good.
That's good.
Yeah, it's good for a launch.
I'm very, very happy because there's Funcom has been getting a little bit of hate, and rightfully so. They said a couple of comments on some of their live streams that were a little bit like, "What the fuck?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it even got me mad a little bit. I was just like, "Fuck you," you know what I mean? But like at the same time, like I love Conan. They make good games. I do like some of their games. So, and I love Dune. I love the Dune universe. So. I'm really glad the game is good. I really am. I wanted it to be good.
Cool.
So yeah. That's what I've been playing.
Nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so
I'm excited. I'm excited for Liam though.
Yeah. Well, I'm just gonna mention that I played Oblivion this week. No big surprise, but I did move my desk. I moved my desk into like the middle of the room, and as you can see, this wall behind me is newly painted.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you paint that? Yeah.
I did not. My wife, she said, "Hey, if you go get this paint, I'll paint, your wall sometime." I'm like, "Okay." So I got up early Sunday morning and went to Lowe's and got the paint. I'm like, well, okay, whenever she wants to, it's there. So I go out to cut the yard, and the time it took me to cut the yard and do everything outside, I come in and she's like done. She's like doing the last
Damn.
there you go. I'm like, holy
Go
cow.
fast.
And yeah, so and it kind of gives, it's not beige, like it's kind of like beige. I mean, it was just a little too much, but
It almost looks like from the camera. It almost looks like either black or like a dark green.
it is. It's
That's
called black green.
Oh,
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So it's
Okay.
like this is black green. That wall is black green. That's beige. That's beige. So
Okay.
it gives it a kind of a. Anyway, I'm kind of stoked about it. I really like it. I like the background too, and having it, having a wall right there is good for like noise rejection and stuff like that. So,
nice.
except for George, who seems to permeate everything that I put up that. And just his barks get through. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing. But let's go to Liam. He's got a surprise for us because he spent some money. So what'd you get, Liam?
I think a certain piece of hardware came out last week.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I wonder what
Really?
it is.
I have Switch 2.
That's a nice deck you got there. Is that a Steam
That's
deck?
a nice deck.
Yeah.
He just whipped out his deck.
Like, put that deck away.
Right.
Put that deck back in your pants.
Do you have your original Switch?
I sold it.
Okay. I was
Okay.
gonna say you could do like hold a comparison up, but
That was very
yeah,
very
that
smart
looks
of you.
considerably bigger. I have to say. I mean,
It is considerably bigger. I think the
Yeah.
screen is 7.9 inch now, so it is
Wow.
considerably bigger than the original Switch.
wow.
You've
okay.
got a bigger deck now. Wow.
You got a couple legends on that deck. Yeah.
I had a deck increase.
Wait,
What
so
a
how
big
hard
is
was
that?
it for you to
Open
sell
your
that
wallet.
that first one?
Huh?
How hard was it to sell that first one? The first.
Not too hard. Not too hard actually, because I think everyone was selling at that point. So I just put. I couldn't get the money I wanted. I was like, I'll just get rid of it. Eventually, yeah, somebody was like, I want it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just like, are you getting Switch 2? I was like, yes.
Yeah.
Let's see, where am I? Oh, yeah, there it is.
Oh, you froze a little bit. Oh, he's showing it, and he froze. Okay, there we go. So I have some questions.
Is it me? I almost thought maybe it was me.
No.
So I've got some games.
Yeah.
And
Wow.
I did with Mario Kart World.
Okay. Can't really see what you got there. So what games did you get? It's also
I've got
screwing
Mario
up
Kart
your
World.
camera too. Camera just went, what the fuck?
Yeah. So I've got basically a bunch of
Yeah.
Mario Karts, and I got like Nintendo Switch Sports. So I've got a few games from it. The
And
thing I actually
Cyberpunk?
like
Did you
about-
get Cyberpunk?
No.
Okay.
That's the thing with like getting a Switch now is obviously it's like more Nintendo things. Because I've got an Xbox, I've got a PC. Why would I want to play Cyberpunk? I mean, it's cool to go.
No,
and
I
go,
get it.
but
No, I get that. I just wondered.
But I'm just not a handheld player
Yeah.
like that. I mean, some people love it, so yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it runs great on the Switch too. Actually, it runs like 40 frames a second. So
It runs pretty good, but I'm with you. I don't know why. I mean, if you've got it on Xbox and or PC, there's no reason to play it on a much lesser, hardware.
I will say the build quality is so
Right.
much better on this than the
Really?
original Switch. I mean, the original Switch
okay.
was, I don't know, there was Nintendo taking a chance, really, wasn't it, at first? Because they were like scrapping after the Wii U.
Yeah.
They're like, oh, quick, make something else. But this feels like, just how a Switch, should feel. Like, it's so solid.
Mhm.
It does have some, obviously, plastic to it, and the Joy-Cons are magnets, which everybody thought they was like, it would break, but no, they're easy. And then you just,
Wow, that just popped right off. Yeah.
there's a little there,
Wow.
little button there, which you press.
Oh, okay. So you have like a release button that takes it off. It's not
Yeah.
just magnetic.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, so there is you
Okay.
can forcefully open it, but I wouldn't advise to.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's just there's nothing like there's no wobble or
Right.
anything.
Mhm.
It's just tight.
It's kickstand as well, which is better than the original.
Yeah.
And yeah, just runs games
Mhm.
great from the Switch One that it couldn't run anymore
Now,
because it was struggling.
does this come with the crap? What's it called? The TV attachment, the dock. Yeah.
Oh
does
yeah. It has the dock and everything.
It does
yeah.
come with the dock.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah,
Cool.
yeah.
And is it when you attach it to the dock? Is it higher resolution like the original one was, or is it the same?
It is high resolution. It can hit 4K, so it does have a 4K option.
Okay.
On the
so
dock.
it's upscaled to 4K on a.
Yeah.
Okay.
And runs games a lot higher resolution than the first one did. I think Mario Kart World is 4040p, so they did all right with that.
Nice.
Just the improvements on the older games is really giving it some new life.
So what have you played that's old that's new again?
I haven't. I want to play the Zelda games
Yeah.
because they've probably got the biggest upgrade. Like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't got them yet. They both run at 60 FPS now. So did like Pokemon.
Well,
I've
did
just got
you
some-
have them for your original Switch?
No.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah, it's just the difficult part is now is trying to get a cheap Switch game, which is really difficult to get.
Well,
Like,
yeah.
Nintendo prices don't go down.
Huh.
No.
It's really hard for them to go down.
Yeah,
Like,
because
I don't wanna-
Zelda is still what, $60? It came out in 2017. It's still $60.
and now it's going to be 70 because it's Switch 2 edition. So
Well,
that's what they're going to do as well.
Right. It's going to be 70 for you, right? But not somebody with a regular Switch.
Yeah. I mean, obviously,
Okay.
but that's still an upgrade fee. I mean, if you have the expansion pack online thing, it's for free, but
Yeah.
games have like an upgrade fee, like PS5 did. But I think this Switch will actually run games a lot better than people give it credit for right now.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it has a launch with a lot. At the same time, doesn't need to because it's like anything the Switch struggles with. This will just be easy to run. So everyone's probably going to just go back to their old libraries and be like, "Wow, this actually plays not 10 frames a second now." So yeah, I think it's what it's for. I enjoy it. I enjoy Mario Kart. I did get to Rainbow Road on the new one, which was good.
Yeah. And that came with that was the bundle, right?
Yeah, that was the bundle. Yeah, if you're gonna get it, get the bundle because there's literally pointless not getting the bundle because Mario Kart's $80,
Yeah.
and I don't think it's $80 worth.
Yeah.
They did that to sell the bundle. That's what they did. I know.
Yeah, they're raising the price of Mario Kart so that when you get it with the bundle, you're like, "Ooh, I got such a bargain." When you did it come with the game preloaded, or does it come with the cart?
Yeah, comes with a download code for me.
Okay, but aren't they all download codes? Like if you go to the store and buy the little cart, isn't it basically you just put it in and it downloads it from the internet?
Yeah, a lot of third parties will do that now. Like just have a cartridge being a license key, but this was actually just a download code, no cartridge.
What about the first party ones? What about like the Switch 2 games that are Nintendo?
I think most of them are still on the cart.
Okay.
Yeah, they're going away in discs as well. So.
And I'm a little conflicted. Like I'm happy for you because you're obviously happy, but at the same time, I feel like you're like telling us like, hey, I met somebody and they really dig me and everything's going great, and I gave them my bank account information so that they could fly here from New Zealand and see me. You know, like okay, it's just. I mean, I get it. I get the excitement and everything, but I just think what they're doing is just horrible. As far as like a consumer, standpoint. I mean, the price of the games, the price of what you're getting, and again, with the Switch, the original Switch, and this was surprising to me. But when it first came out, the argument basically was like, "Hey, this looks great, but this is already 3-year-old cellular, hardware." And then, but here we are in 2025, and they're still flying off the shelf. So, and then they introduce $80 games, and then all of a sudden, poof! Oh, Microsoft has $80 games, and you bet you butt that PlayStation is going to have their next games like Yokai or whatever is going to be $80. I guarantee you. So. I feel like it's just wow. It was just a catalyst for all this stuff, and I see a lot of people like this is terrible, and then they go, hey, look what I got,
Yeah, exactly.
So I get it. I mean,
that's a lot. That's a lot of gamers in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Same thing I do. Same thing I do with FIFA. It's like this game is crap. Right, round 2.
I know we do the same thing with Call of Duty, don't we? It's like this game's shit. I can't even play it anymore. Oh, look, the new one. It's.
Listen, I fucking did it with Dune. Like I was like, Dune's here. Oh, yeah.
It's like you can play it on Friday, or you can play it on Monday. Right.
Yeah. And I'm like, motherfucker. Let me put in my credit card information right now.
I know.
You sons of bitches.
Really? Credit card number. Fuck you.
I fucking love this game. Fuck.
Well, I mean, I know I did it with Space Marines too, begrudgingly.
I did,
and admittingly, but I won't do it again. I won't, wait, I did do it with Indiana Jones. I won't do it again. Yeah. Anyway. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. Keep us updated on, what you get and what you play on it. I haven't really seen anything on it. What I mean is I've seen videos of the games, but I haven't seen, like, hey, here's a game showing it, how it plays and everything. So, of course, like Nintendo, they'll have good games for it. What's that?
I will say this. I was going to say that when you started out talking about how you sold your first one and now you have your second one, that to me just made sense. Like you're basically upgrading the tech, right? You're spending, now there's probably a lot of people who are not selling their first one thinking they can't get anything for it or thinking nobody's going to buy it, which is going to, as the months progress, it's going to get harder and harder to even sell that thing.
Yeah, probably.
So that makes sense. Somebody buying the Switch 2 from scratch, never having a Switch, and then buying the Switch 2, like I don't know. I have a difficult time making sense of that. I mean, I listen, if they want to have fun and they want to spend their money however they want. I
mean, it's the same when the Wii was out. I remember the Wii took over just everything at a point, and
and it looked like shit.
it
It did.
Yeah, it was you had
Wii
PlayStation
Bowling.
and X,
What about Wii
PlayStation,
Bowling?
Xbox,
Yeah.
and then Nintendo comes out with Wii Sports, and just everyone just decides to get it.
Yeah.
Well,
I think-
yeah, but that is a little bit different. You're coming from, the GameCube. The GameCube was great, but it was essentially the same thing as a Xbox and a PlayStation. It didn't really differentiate itself that much, other than the games that it had. So then they come out with the Wii, and it's like, holy this is like, wow, you can do all of this stuff with this motion, and it was very innovative. And then they came out with the Wii U, and it bombed. And here we are again, and they came out and was like, look, this is a handheld, but it doesn't have to be. That was great. That was the Switch was just like, man, this is really cool. Right.
Yeah.
The Switch 2 is, I'm just not seeing any innovation there. I'm not seeing anything that is Nintendo, other than the blatant anti-consumer bullshit. I'm not seeing anything that's innovative from these guys, and that's what's disappointing to me.
I know what's innovative. I can actually get this off.
What's that?
The Joy-Cons are now mice.
That's great.
Ooh.
2 games will use it, and then everyone will forget
mouse.
it actually does that.
Yeah, and everyone will forget it. Well, I think Nintendo doesn't have to innovate. They've got their user base right now.
They do, but they really do.
So
they do need to innovate.
Yeah.
I mean, what else could they do? People say innovate again. What else could they do? Because the Switch sold 150 million units.
That's what they say every time, and they come out with something that is like, holy shit, check this out.
No, but I don't know. Because, people were asking just for better tech, and at this point, I think it was different back years ago because PlayStation 5 is just a better PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
The Xbox Series X is just a better Xbox One.
Yeah, I mean,
in terms of hardware, we've sort of stagnated. It's just upgraded hardware.
Yeah.
I mean, what else can you do at this point?
Well, it also opens up for third-party games that they would normally have that, like the Wii U missed out on, like the Call of Duties and the Battlefields and stuff like that. Now, with a new version of what they already have, you can have that on, just better hardware. And I get that. It's just disappointing, as a customer. I am not a Nintendo fan by any means. I haven't been since I was 20. Because,
So 5 years ago.
So 5 years, 5 years ago. Thanks, dude. It's I like to see them innovate, because when they innovate, other people try to catch up. Without that innovation, it's things just get kind of stagnant, and we're just looking at just better hardware. And if you're just buying shit for better hardware, just buy a PC. It's in the long run, you'll save money. But I'm not going to preach that here. But I'm glad you're enjoying it. Again, keep us updated on that, and anything you get new or anything they add to it, I'd like to hear about it, because. And I'm glad you like it. I'm gonna give you a little bit of shit about it, but I'm glad you're enjoying it.
You're gonna be our Nintendo guy now.
Yep.
Yeah. They did add some GameCube games, so the online emulator thing. So
right, but don't you have to have the GameCube controller to play them?
No. You don't need the GameCube controller. They sell them because if you want it to be authentic.
Reddit lied to me. I was lied to. Well, that's cool. Yeah, I like some of this. I bought a GameCube to play. What was it? What's the X-Wing game? By Factor 5. Rogue Squadron. Yeah. Yeah. I bought one just to play that game and ended up playing other stuff as well. But, that's how it goes. Cool. Well, let's get into these expos, these things, this shit that we were calling it wrong, or at least I was calling it wrong last week. I was calling it Summer of Games, and I guess what I was thinking of is that you can't call it Summer Games Fest because they'll sue you, but that's the Super Bowl. So anyway, I want to go over Sony first.
Okay.
And we don't have to go, through this with a comb or anything, but. I want to go over some stuff that they showed and what we liked. I want to start with 007 though, because we kind of ended the show last week with talking about 007. And what did you guys think of this? 007 First Light made by the creators of Hitman.
That looked good, I have to say. I was quite happy
Yeah.
with how it looks right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's just going to be like a campaign game. I hope it has multiplayer. I haven't actually read much details of what it contains.
Yeah, I kind of doubt that. I think they would have highlighted that if it was going to be.
I mean, it's still over a year
multiplayer.
away. You know, it's still 2026 or God knows
Yeah.
when.
It just says in 2026. Yeah.
Yeah.
David, did you see
It looks
this? Did you see the James Bond? Are you watching it now?
I am watching it now. Yes. You know, 'cause I
Okay.
watched. I watched like half of the Sony one and like half of the Xbox One. Actually, I watched the whole Xbox one. I just like
Yeah.
sort of skimmed through it.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought that this one looked a little bit like maybe GTA. You know, had like that kind of like movie-esque sort of thing
Yeah.
that's happening, but yeah, it's got that stealth part of it. It looks good graphically. It looks good. So
Yeah.
it looks.
I like it. I like
have no
the
doubt it's
focus
gonna
on
play
the. I like the focus on the gadgets. Like they focused on
one at a time,
Bond
people.
tech.
One at a time. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. And you know the driving sequences, they can go and chase. So I like it that it's like James Bond, because the thing I fear with the game was it was just like Hitman as 007. That's not something you want.
No. Yeah. Well, I think that's what everybody was kind of worried about, is that it was going to be, you know. Good grief, that dog.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, everybody. Excuse my dog.
Okay.
I have a button
The dog was-
that if I hit it, it sends out like this pulse that is, I guess, loud to him. He's like, "Oh shit, what the hell was that?" And he starts looking around, and he stops barking. But I forgot it, so we're just gonna have to deal with it. Anyway, I'm gonna have to put him on the credits and start paying him, I guess. I thought it looked good. I think James Bond. I like that they're going with like this. Hey, we're gonna recruit this. You know, a young James Bond because he's a wild card. You know, I like that. I like that this is obviously like a stepping stone. What I didn't like is it just looked like Uncharted. The action sequences and everything, and I kind of want that. Here's, you know, your objectives. In Hitman, you can do that, but I don't want a Hitman game. But you know, you've got your objectives, and you kind of do the objectives. You can go in guns blazing, or you can sneak around, or you can, you know, kind of give your own, you know, like way of playing. You know, a James Bond game. But I don't know. It's the first look at it. It just looked a little. Well, I mean, it's a trailer, right? So I'm gonna kind of leave it open. They look like they know what they're doing. I like the fact that they added Lenny James. I think he's an excellent actor. Somebody, you know, notable. Even though I don't like getting like big name actors and putting them in games, but for some reason James Bond seems to get a pass. Because you know it's just such a big franchise, right? You know, maybe you want somebody that's, you know, well known or whatever.
I think they said they're going to put gameplay on in the summer as well, so it's not the last.
We'll see actual gameplay, and that's kind of what I'm waiting for. So I'm going to kind of wait, you know, and have my opinion when that comes out. So the next one is Marvel Tokon Fighting Souls. This was really weird. They spent a long time talking about this game. This is a Marvel fighting game from the developers of Guilty Gear. Do we care about this? I don't.
I do.
Do you? Okay.
Well, because I like fighting games. I haven't really played much. I have actually just recently bought the Marvel vs. Capcom, the previous fighting games, Marvel vs. Capcom type games. I like that kind of stuff. I don't play it like I play Dune or a survival game or something. I throw it on for a little while, I have a little bit of fun, and then I stop. I did play the Guilty Gear stuff, so I am a bit of a fighting game fan. But when this one came on, this trailer came on, I was like, this is really fucking cool. I think this is awesome. And then at the same time, I had the same thought of like, I should have expected this from Sony. Like, I should have expected some fighting game or something, you know? They always have a Street Fighter. They always have a just some kind of fighting game. And then it was only until after I watched the Xbox one that I just started to see this like comparison between it's almost like you could just you could see a handful of games, and you can start going, these are Sony games. I could just tell they're Sony games.
Yeah.
You'll see your Metal Gears. You'll see your Sony bright, colorful.
Yeah, but most of
games.
these are going to Xbox. Most of these are multi-plat.
Okay. Yeah.
Not the
Which
Marvel
which
one, though. That is Sony's.
And I expect that for the most part too, because
Right.
the fighting games, they usually keep those close to the chest. I remember when they had one of these a long time ago, and they had the Street Fighter games come out. I was like actually really pumped because they hadn't come out with a Street Fighter game in a really long time, and then they were like, it's exclusive to Sony, and it didn't come to Xbox for a long time. So I expect that for the most part as far as the fighting games go. But I mean, I don't think Xbox really cares that they don't have any fighting games on their thing anyway. Xbox usually has like a beat 'em up game. They'll always have some kind of like a beat 'em up. Everybody plays in the same screen beat 'em up type game. But this one, if coming from somebody who's like into fighting games, I think it looks cool. I'm into it. I'm not gonna fucking play it because if it's gonna be exclusive to Sony.
Yeah, I think that was one of their only exclusives that they showed. Xbox used to have the fighting thing though, man. You remember what was the Dead or Alive? And
Dead or Alive
on the original Xbox, there was that one that like at the time it looked like real people. It was like, I want to say it was called Feng Shui or something, but it was not. That's not obviously not what it was. But it had a really weird name like that. But like the movement and everything was all mocapped, and then it looked amazing. It just didn't play very well, and it didn't really hit off.
Yeah, well, I mean,
but it's
they also have the Mortal Kombat.
Yeah,
yeah. I mean, they also have the Mortal Kombat. That's like pretty much ubiquitous at this point.
Yeah,
but, yeah, like I said, I thought it was cool.
It looks good. Yeah, I'm not dissing it. I just want to make sure that if we don't care about it, we don't have to talk about it. The next one up would be Silent Hill F, and which is kind of odd to me because Silent Hill is a place in like what?
Yeah,
Montana or something, or like Maine, and then here we are in Tokyo. But I guess it's just a frame of mind, man. Silent Hill's a frame. Yeah. It could be anywhere, man.
It's like those things where media does this, and it's you get like Silent Hill, where they focus so much on the place, and then they try to expand. So they go,
and then they retcon like everything, right? And they go back and go, oh, it was never about Silent Hill.
Yeah, but like they just put the Silent Hill name on it.
Yeah,
like,
I think that's just like
random crap is happening. Oh, that's because it's Silent Hill.
Yeah.
We just put our name on it. Like, it could have been anything else. It wouldn't have that Silent Hill name.
Well, this will probably make sense. This looks creepy, but I feel like I've played this already and I know what to expect. Mm-hmm. And I don't know. Anyway. Final Fantasy Tactics. People love this game. It has enhanced visuals. I think it looks great. It's also coming out on Xbox, I believe.
I wishlisted on Steam. Like it's the minute I saw it.
I know it's on PC. Yeah. Neo 3 looked pretty good, but again, I feel like I've played that game. I played it. It's a Souls-like that's a little faster. Not that that's bad, but it's just it seemed like there was a lot of like feudal Japan games that all kind of blended together. And if you showed me a picture of any one of them, I'd be like, I don't know which one that is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Metal Gear Solid Delta Snake Eater. Still looks goofy as shit, but it's probably going to be great.
I don't think it would be. They couldn't do a PlayStation show like this without throwing a Metal Gear in there. They have to.
Yeah, I think they are delaying this game just so they can use the footage at their state of plays because they don't have much else to show. And then Ghost of Yotei got the weirdest. Like, what is Sony doing, man?
I don't know.
They have this. It looked like a huge, like, oh wow, they're going to show gameplay and they're going to no. And I don't think did she even have a Japanese accent? It sounded like she said, "Hey dog, come on, let's go." She didn't. Anyway, that's nitpicking. I'm not going to do that. But They're supposed to have something, I think, later this month.
In
July. It says right here.
In July, in
They'll
July.
have a state of play that's probably dedicated to that, and it's coming out on October 2nd.
Like, what? I don't know. That's so random to put that in there. Like,
Why bother? Yeah.
Yeah, show it or don't show it. Like,
well, it's their big game of the year. It's their big, first party title that'll come out on PC next year.
No, it just felt like Sony going, "Hi, we exist. We got a game.
Yeah.
Right, on to the next."
It really is. It really is. They're about to have on the 12th. What is that? Yeah, this week they're going to have an open meeting. I guess they're going to talk about their finances. They're going to talk about what they're doing next with PlayStation, and everybody's kind of going to wait to see if this is more of the same, which is what I'm guessing, or if they're going to flip the table and just go, hey, we're going to now start doing this. So I think it needs to be something, because they spent a lot of time on, what is it, Luminaires or Luminous Ares? Yeah. Like, I don't think anybody cares about that. Pragmata with the little blonde-headed girl and RoboCop. Yeah. I've seen this game like 20 times. There's nothing new there that.
I must admit, I kind of like the look of that game.
Because you've played that game 50 times before. Yeah. It's a dude that's protecting some little girl that happens to have, guess what, special powers. And it's just, Thief is back as a VR game. I'm getting it. I love Thief. Let's move on. And then Grasshopper Manufacturers, Romeo is Dead. Romeo's a Dead Man. This had the weirdest looking trailer. Yeah. And then the most mid-looking gameplay, in my opinion. Do you know what I'm talking about? Which game? Mm-hmm. The guy goes outside and loses half his face, and his friend's like, hey, I've got this thing that'll fix you. And then then the aesthetics are completely different. It turns into another game. This looks like you can complete the entire game just by pressing X. I'm sorry. I'm not,
You could just spam the controller.
It does. It doesn't even look like there's much movement in it. What?
Speaking of pressing X, did they come out with a controller?
Not a new one.
Did they showcase?
They had a fighting stick.
They had a fight stick. Yeah. And it looks nice. It looks pretty solid. Yeah.
It does look nice. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hope that doesn't get stick drift.
It's kind of funny because as far as hardware goes, Nintendo showcased their new hardware, and then Xbox showcased their new hardware, and then PlayStation's like, we got a new controller.
I know.
I feel bad for you right
now. Well, we'll find out this week what their plan is. I think it's just going to be the same old. And it's just going to be the same old shit. Mortal Kombat Legacy Collection. This is cool. This is like all the old versions on PS5 and PS4. This is probably coming to Xbox as well, I'm sure.
Yeah. They'll go to Xbox.
And their fight stick. Ninja Gaiden Ragebound. This is the side-scrolling one, which this looked really good. But I probably said this before, but I kind of got over side scrollers back in Super Nintendo. Side scrollers were a way to make games because you couldn't there was very limited hardware, and 3-dimensional spaces were very difficult for consoles. We're past that, but this does not to say you can't make a good side scroller, but
side scrollers still exist and pixelated games still exist, so there's always a market for it regardless of the graphics.
A good game is a good game. It just
I was surprised. I was like, wait, Ninja Gaiden is on PlayStation here?
Right.
Xbox had it.
I know.
It's a side scroller.
Well, that's what when I saw it, and it's every time it's like, oh wow, it's a side scroller. Okay, so my hype just went. Let's see, Bloodstain and the Scarlet Engagement. That is also a side-scroller, but it looks... Man, they upgraded the graphics. From the first one, it was very pixelated, and now it looks good. Tides of Tomorrow. It's a multiplayer game. That looked really weird. But there's one that I wanted to get to. Swords of the Sea is basically just flying around on your space board. I guess. This is from Giant Squid that made Abzu and the Pathless, which is kind of the same kind of games, movement games. And I'm sure that these are those games that you can show and it's like, what the hell is what am I looking at? This looks boring. But then when you play it, there's a lot more nuance and stuff. Here it is. This is the one I was kind of confused about. It's called Sea of Remnants. Is an infinite voyage between death and rebirth. So this is the quote from the developer. Do you know which one I'm talking about? It looks almost like Sea of Thieves, but everyone looks like a wooden puppet.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
this is from, Did you see it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is a quote from the studio head, I guess. He said, "This is an infinite voyage looping between death and rebirth, a journey where we row forward timelessly, only to return to where it all began." That tells me fucking nothing, like absolute zero. Like, please tell me what your game is about, in not poetic form. So yeah, I mean, it looks good, but I still don't know anything about it. So
Can I just piggyback off of what you said?
yeah, please do.
Like, well, the thing is that like there's definitely like one thing that I just hated about the PlayStation thing, and that is like it just felt pretentious. Like the whole thing just felt pretentious.
Oh, it's
Like-
Sony. It's always pretentious.
Yeah, like they had I can't remember what game it was, but I was watching this guy talk about this fucking game, and he had such a thick, like, he was speaking English, but clearly English wasn't his first language.
Right.
And he's like speaking poetically about this game, and just you can tell he has like no experience in like presentation, I guess.
Right.
And it's just, you could just hear he's reading. You can hear he's reading. It's not, there's no life in what he's saying. And at the same time, he's trying to be poetic. And half the time I can't understand what he's saying. There's a part of me that's just like, bro, just speak in your own language.
Yeah.
Speak in your own language.
We can capture it.
And
yeah.
we'll fucking read it. And I bet you it'll sound that much more poetic in your own language, And just because they made him say it in English, it just felt like so fucking pretentious. And then on top of that, who's the fucking host of the Sony one?
Well, there's not really
know
a
his-
host.
He's in a suit, okay, on stage.
Yeah.
He looks high as fuck, by the way. His eyes are like, all right, yeah, And then he's got these bright ass yellow sneakers on for no fucking reason, and I'm just like,
Are you talking
Bro,
about?
what's up with-
Are you talking about Jeff Keighley?
was it Keeley?
Well,
I don't- I don't-
that's
Yeah.
the Summer Games Fest guy.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he always wears
I
those
think-
sneakers.
I think it was Keeley. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just wanted to be like, stop. What are you doing? Like, it's like, I'm wearing a suit, but I'm cool too. 'cause I
Oh
got
man, don't
yellow-
even get me started
yellow
on that guy.
Yellow
He is-
sneakers on, and I'm just like, I just wanted to look at him and be like, fuck you. You just so there was just a lot of that when I'm watching this shit on YouTube, I'm literally just skimming this shit. I'm just like, shut the fuck up already. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care about what you have to say. You're nobody's buddy. You're nobody's fucking buddy. And
Yeah.
stop trying to be cool, okay? You're probably older than me. And, you have no business wearing fucking sneakers like that. With a fucking suit that doesn't even fit you. It's like
I
too
know.
big, it's too big on you.
That was better than I think it was last year. It was too small. Like his gut like popped out of the bottom. I'm like, who dresses you, man? I know you own this
I don't
thing,
know.
but get somebody to not do what you're doing.
Now I did
terrible
like how
presenter.
I was gonna say I like how the Xbox one was a little bit more like, okay, we're gonna like not really do this in front of a studio audience.
Yeah, not
and just
live at
have
all.
this-
Right.
Not live.
Yeah, it's so much better, so much cleaner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
there's
it was
no-
professional. It was like
Yeah,
very
there-
much professional. So
There's no weird cringe like people
Yeah.
talking and
yeah, it
there's-
wasn't cringy.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And there's no audience that goes, yeah, what? You know.
And you know what? There's always moments when they say some kind of announcement and they say some kind of thing, and there's just like one person. Yeah.
It was like,
Yeah.
complete silence, and you hear, woo! Like,
Yeah.
It's
And
like,
then,
what,
and then,
what
and
do
then
you
the
do? You
host,
don't even know what it is yet. Shut up.
and then the host always like acknowledges it. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
all right, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, one guy.
I think it's because like in these events previously, they've had crowds, and this is like E3. Like,
Yeah, it's in front of
pre-pandemic and
like,
everything.
100-something people.
I forgot what year it was, but there was a year where the guy's talking on stage, and someone in the crowd goes, "I love your game," or "I love you," and no, it was Keanu. It was Keanu. Remember Keanu went up on Cyberpunk?
Yeah.
And someone
Yeah.
went, "I love
yeah.
you." And that whole thing got memed on, and he got like a free gaming console out of it or something. He got
Yeah.
a ton of shit for it.
Yeah.
So now everyone's like, "No, it's me."
Ah.
Well, that's
Yeah,
just
it's
Keanu being Keanu, man. He's just a
Yeah.
cool dude. But yeah, this I like how they do state of play. I will give them that. But I agree with you. A lot of the stuff is pretentious. Just like that game. I'm interested in this game, but at the same time, it's like when you talk about it, it's like, just please tell me what it is, man. Now, I know
Yeah.
you're an artist. And Hideo Kojima games themselves, I respect them for the quality and what goes into them to make them. But at the same time, it's like you get all these actors together. You're basically making a movie. It makes no fucking sense, and I can't get into it because you're being fucking weird just to be weird. And it's totally pretentious and it's just unrelatable, man. It's just not relatable. Which leads me to the next game, Baby Steps, which is completely relatable.
That was so weird.
I cannot believe they keep showing this game. Now, by saying that, this may be game of the year. Who fucking knows? It looks very weird. It looks just off the wall. I think it's just their wild card that they're just showing. It's like, this is just some really weird stuff that might end up being a really funny game and goofy to play. It is also coming out on PC as well. But it shows that maybe Sony has a little bit of sense of humor. I don't know. They smile a lot and they laugh until somebody goes, "Marathon," and then they go, so yeah. Other than that, there was a couple other things that were shown that we've already seen. So nothing really new there. So let's skip over just to cut some time to the Xbox one. And before we do, our predictions from last week. I don't know about you guys, but only one of mine came true kind of halfway. I knew they were going to show Gears of War Reloaded or whatever. I thought it was going to kind of be more of a, hey, this is what we're doing with Gears. Welcome, PlayStation. It just was like a minute and a half or like 45-second. Yeah, just, hey, remember this? Nothing new about the new Gears. Nothing new about Halo. They showed and talked about all of their great games, but guess what was missing? What was missing? State of Decay 3. They showed 0 and Perfect Dark. They showed 0. This game is getting canceled. I swear to God. I'm saying it. It's getting canceled. The studio's getting shuttered probably soon. They probably wanted to wait till this is over and they're going to go in and clean house because that thing is probably not even anywhere near ready. And we just don't know it. Hope I'm wrong. Hope I'm completely wrong on both of those. But
I have a lot of hope as to what's going on behind the scenes of Xbox. But that it wasn't a heavy hitter showcase for Xbox. They had some good games.
It was not.
It wasn't like oh my god showcase. Which is fine because you can't have that every year because games take ages to make.
Yeah, you can. You absolutely can. You can have that one game. You just need the one game. It doesn't matter.
And no Fable, right?
Well, no. I mean, they weren't going to show Fable again because they've showed it like every one, and they don't want to, rehash that.
You know what? There was a trailer though that started out where I thought it was Fable. I think it was I'm trying to remember which one it was.
Was it on
I think
Xbox?
it was. Yeah, it was for Xbox. I think it was Clockwork Revolution.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
Clockwork, yeah.
Yeah. Which
The
looked
guy-
amazing. That game
Yeah,
looks
that-
great.
Yeah, but no.
The
release
guy
date.
starts out. Well, he starts out. Doesn't he starts out where he goes like, the town of Avalon, and I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah,
wait a minute,
Yeah.
is this Fable? Are we
Yeah.
watching Fable right now? And it's like, nope,
This
it's not Fable. It's a completely different game.
Man, graphically, this looks better than Fable so far, in my opinion. This is great. This is by In Exiles, and if you've ever played, they had the game, what was it? The Bard, or The Bard's Tale, on the original Xbox.
Yes.
And the main character was voiced by Carrie Elways as from Robin Hood, Men in Tights, and it was hilarious. It was absolute. This is the first game I ever played that I just kept laughing out loud at. Just the raw British humor, and I love that game. You can buy it on PC and play it right now. But they also did more recently. They did Wastelands 3, and that is a very deep RPG, tactical, top down, but also with a good bit of humor. So this looks far better than that. So I think that these are the this is what you're seeing when somebody buys you and gives you a truckload of money and says make your game.
Oh yeah, definitely,
Yeah. So I think
that.
this is we're starting to see that payoff from Microsoft buying these studios.
Yeah.
This thing
'Cause I'm pretty sure-
looks really good.
I'm pretty sure Microsoft, when they actually were buying these studios, they literally walked in there and were like, "What game do you want to make?"
Yeah.
And the studio said, "How much budget we got?"
Unless
And
you're
Microsoft were like-
the coalition, and it's like, don't make that. Make Gears. What are you doing?
And then they went, "No, just tell me what game you want to make.
Yeah.
We'll take it. We take over the budget. Just tell us what game you want to make."
Yeah, they did that. They
How's
said
that?
that they just wanted to make sure, just give them the utility to do that. When nobody was producing anything, that's when they sent Matt Booty down there to kick some booty. So apparently that's why we're seeing trailers of these games now. That game looked really good. I thought that was the highlight of the show, to be honest.
It was, I think,
Yeah.
because that actually looks really, really good.
What was it? I just lost it. Madang, Two Hearts. Do you remember this trailer? It looked like Splinter Cell / Call of Duty / horror film.
Yeah, it was,
Yeah, I mean, it's like, and it
I-
says
I-
it's an
I-
action
I-
horror
I
stealth
did-
game.
yeah.
What is it
I did
called?
think Splinter Cell.
Madang. It's
in.
MUDANG : Two Hearts. It's a Korean-made game. It looks fantastic, and it looks stealthy, actiony, all that kind of stuff. It's coming out next year. More notably, there's a game called Chronos that is made by Bluebird Team that they showed again, and I think we got a release date on that, didn't we? I just lost it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But that looks good. That looks like a their version of Dead Space.
Dead Space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Fall 2025. So I'm really excited about that. Grounded 2 is confirmed. It's coming to game preview like the previous one did, July 29th. So they got a sequel for that. That kind of came out of nowhere. So
Yeah.
that is the third game from Obsidian this year.
Obsidian. Yeah.
Yeah.
It had Avowed, Grounded 2, and The Outer
Yeah.
Worlds 2.
You're telling me those guys aren't looking
Ridiculous.
around going, what the hell, guys? Like 3 games in a year. What the fuck are y'all doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They are pumping out some content.
Oh man. Double Font's next game. Did you see? These guys are so
Yeah, that was
weird, man. It's a walking lighthouse.
Walking Lighthouse.
Yes.
These games, every time I see a trailer or gameplay or something from those guys, I'm like, what? You got to be kidding me. But then I play the game and I'm like, this is great.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it's something. It's something unique. You know, we say
it
like
very
make
much
new
so,
ideas.
yeah.
So they're like, all
And
right,
that
here
is,
you go.
and Double Fine's one of the studios that was like, we are so happy to be at Xbox. It's like they let us make the games we want to make, but they give us money for it. Whereas before, when they would put out a game, it's like, this has got to sell this many copies or we're
Yeah,
done.
Yeah.
And then the next game, it's like, oh my God, this has got to sell. So they were kind of seat of their pants until now. They just, it's like, here you go. And this is one of the games that they probably started and completed under that Xbox umbrella, and we're getting to see, what they can do with that. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle DLC, The Order of Giants. I think this was what you get if you bought the special edition. You get this. Yeah, you get this.
Oh, okay.
You'll get the
So,
DLC for that.
Yeah, DLC
I was surprised
for.
it's so far away, like September. It's DLC. It's weird, but
Well,
like a year later,
it is,
almost.
but I mean, this is a high quality game, man.
Yeah,
Maybe it's a big add-on.
It's fair.
I'm hoping it's at least several hours.
I'm just a bit. Yeah, I'm just a bit worried in terms of like game releases, because from September to October alone, it's like it's so packed already.
Well, we'll talk about that in just a second, because there's a little caveat that comes with that. But also, we'll mention by this, I don't know where you live, but in my neighborhood, next weekend, Indiana Jones and The Last Crusade is back in theaters for Father's Day weekend. So,
Oh shit, that's pretty cool.
yeah, I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna say every line of that movie. I don't give a fuck who gets mad at me.
Do you have an Indiana Jones hat?
No, I don't. I wish I did. Yeah, try to buy one of those now if you can find one. They're like $200. Yeah, there might be somebody showing up with that. There's always that guy. Every time we go to a movie that's like an old franchise or something, there's always like a guy or a couple that's our age, and we all laugh at the same things, and then everybody else doesn't get it. It's just, it's a generational thing. Anyway, so and then Tony Hawk Pro Skater 3 and 4, that's pretty cool, and with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Doom content, so you can skate as the Doom guy. That's pretty cool. I actually think that's pretty cool.
I think there was on the original as well.
The Doom guy?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Was it?
I think the only like new one is the turtle. I'm pretty sure like the original had it.
Oh wow.
So, yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Ninja Gaiden 4, which is surprising. I feel like we just got one of those, but that was the redo.
That's what I mean.
Well,
That was when like Sony had that like Ninja Gaiden side scroller. I was like, wait, Ninja Gaiden again? I thought we had 4
on Sony.
and the other one.
I know. We had the redo,
so
and
many.
we had the It's raining Ninja Gaidens.
Rain and Ninja Gaiden.
It's good.
Well, I mean, if you wanna look at like a decent side scroller, this Planet of Lana 2 looks pretty good, I think.
Yeah, the first one did really well. From what I understand,
as far as side scrollers concerned.
Yeah. And again, I'm not knocking them. That there's nothing wrong with them. And just I think if you're a small developer, it's a great way to make a game that may not take up as much resources or money as a full 3D environment and everything. But man, they can do a lot with those. And this one does look good. That Ninja Gaiden one looks good too.
Yeah, it looks good too. Yeah.
Age of Mythology Retold. That's an add-on. Yeah, strategy game, whatever. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Let's see. There Are No Ghosts at the Grand. This was really weird, but it looks amazing.
That was a weird looking game.
Yeah.
It looks interesting because
it's a musical.
Yeah.
I guess because people start like singing and dancing. Hey.
Yeah.
I'm not.
Is that mystery murder game?
I guess so. Yeah, it's like, looks like 1930s or whatever. And okay. No, I mean, that's great. It's maybe not my bag. I don't know if I want to be playing a game in a musical. Yeah. like Joker 2. It just seems like it's, hey, I'm here to see that Joker movie. It's bye.
That's a bad musical.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And at Fate's End, that's another side scroller, but probably story driven, story heavy. This was by the developer of Spiritfarer. That's just a weird word. But it looks really good too. I like their art style. It's almost like a I don't know what you call it when you have art that doesn't have lines around it. I'm going to sound really stupid. I never went to art class, but it's almost like like Samurai Jack. You remember that, the cartoon?
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
it didn't have lines around anything. It just had like something was white. It was just white and back to red. And great use of color and motion and everything. So, and let's see. What did I miss? Super Meat Boy 3D.
Super Meat Boy?
Super Meat Boy 3D.
I'm excited about that one.
Anyone else got like a sort of a Mario, like,
Oh, yeah,
5 second
absolutely.
jump scare?
Yeah.
The pipe went up, you're like, huh? Then Super Meat Boy pops out.
Oh, yeah. I didn't think that, but I could see where you would, that would be like, wait a minute, what is going on here?
You know, I
rabbits or something. Like,
I
Super Meat
spent
Boy.
some time on that one, Super Meat Boy, the 2D side scroll. I actually played that sort of like a party game. When I used to have friends come over, I would play Super Meat Boy, and they would be like, "What is this?" And we would pass the controller and try to see who can beat this level, because that's how hard it was. It was like a difficult. It was like it was like, this guy has no powers. No, he just jumps. He just get from point A to point B. Can you do it? Here's the controller. Can you get from point A to point B? And it was actually a really fun game. So when I saw Super Meat Boy 3D, I was like, I'm like, okay. Yeah, no, I was kind of excited about that a little bit. I guess I was excited because I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
That I didn't expect that, and I didn't expect High on Life too.
Yeah, I don't think anybody did. That trailer looks great.
I thought High on Life was going to be a one and done. I didn't think it was going to be a part 2.
Yeah, especially since the creator was brought up on charges of assault, and we won't go into that. But anyway,
he got acquitted, but
got a good lawyer.
His career.
Yeah, that's kind of over. Resonance: A Plague's Tale Legacy. This is obviously from the creators of A Plague's Tale. This is, I guess, a side story or something else. This, they I like their games, but I played the first one. I played a good bit of the first one, and I didn't really play much of the second one. The first one, the mechanics just got kind of old, like going around the rats, just rat puzzle. I kind of dropped off on it. I wish I hadn't, and I wish I had played the second one. But I may play this one. I don't know. What do you guys think of that one? The trailer looks great.
I have a friend.
It looks good. It doesn't show much of the gameplay.
It doesn't. It's another one of those. Ooh,
right. Yes.
What is this?
You have to have played something from A Plague's Tale to like appreciate that trailer. But I remember I have a friend who doesn't really play games all that much. And I remember him playing a lot of GTA and maybe Madden or some shit like that, not somebody I would have a gaming conversation with. He doesn't know a lot,
right?
But I think during COVID, he called me up one day and he was like, "Dude, I'm addicted to this game." I'm like, "Oh yeah, what?" And I thought he was gonna say like Madden or some shit or like UFC, and he's like, "Plague's Tale," and I was like, "Really? You playing that game?" And he's like, "I love it. I finished it twice."
Wow.
And I'm like, huh. It made me think like, I guess this game is really fucking good.
Yeah, it's always good. I like to hear that though. I like to hear that people like get out of their comfort zone as far as like what games to play. It's I always try to do that, and because I'm as begrudgingly as I do or sound about side scrollers, for instance, I do play them because I want to experience them. If they're good, I might find one that I like. I felt the same way about like tactical RPGs, and I didn't like them for the longest time, and then playing Baldur's Gate 3, now I look for them.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we got here. Oh yeah, that big handheld that they're making from Asus, the ROG
Yeah, right.
Xbox Ally X. Can Asus not like bring these guys in and go, dude, look, we need to work on your naming, man. Like this is what the hell? Like you got
Yeah.
more than 3 words in something? No, just no. So at least they have the Ally. So the ROG Xbox Ally X, and then the Ally. You got one with more memory and one with not. I watched the presentation, and it didn't really say much. It just said, "Hey, this is basically a ROG Ally with a Xbox controller built in. The interface is there for Xbox." But that's it. They didn't really go into the hardware or what kind of hardware or what, it's very, very basic, and also the exclusion of the price. So
It's gonna be pricey. These
it's
things
going to
cost
be
a lot of
expensive. Well, of
money.
course they didn't say the price, so they're just waiting for you know.
Like the current one now is like $800.
Yeah,
So
it went
that's
up.
the price range you're looking at.
Yeah. Oh, I would guarantee this is going to be $1,100, easy.
It's not a console, which a lot of people are confused
Yeah,
about.
it's going to be $10.99. The other one's going to be $8.99.
Yeah, so
Or
people,
$9.99.
it's as much as they say this is an Xbox, it's not a Xbox console. It's
No.
a PC.
It is a PC.
That's what it is.
You can play PlayStation games on it.
Yeah, you can play PlayStation games, you can play Xbox games,
Yep.
but it's a PC.
Steam games.
Yep.
Yep, Steam,
Check. It's running Windows.
Battle.net, and Epic. Yeah, everything.
Yep.
So same as PC. The only thing that I was interested in, and they didn't talk about it much, was the actual Windows that it's on, because it's not Windows 11 desktop.
No.
They have changed it to where it's like Xbox UI ish.
Yeah.
So it just boots you up into like the Xbox app, and then you can like switch between other stores.
Yep.
So that's what I'm interested in. I thought,
Yeah,
that's an operating system.
It's a segue, right?
But
Yeah.
you already got a handheld, so you can't.
No, you can't have two. Yeah, you can't have two. One's enough for you. Trust me, that's gonna suck all your money.
You're the official Nintendo guy. Okay, just stay.
Yeah.
Stay in your lane.
I'm Nintendo now. No, but that's really interesting for Xbox. I found though, because if they sort of find that operating system to Xbox,
I tell you.
Go ahead.
I was.
Maybe-
I'm on the fence with this because I've been very immersed in PC, and I was like, I really don't see a reason to get a handheld. And I didn't know a lot about it, but now that you guys have told me a little bit about it, I'm actually a little bit more closer to getting it than I was before.
Yeah.
I don't. I mean,
we lost you.
I started a new job.
Okay, there we
where
go.
I'm really fucking busy. I started a new job where I'm really fucking busy, and I don't have the opportunity. I don't even have a real lunch break to be sitting around, playing this thing.
Right.
So like, I really don't see the reason to like have this. But if it has that PC capability where I can play some of my PC games,
Yes.
then okay, maybe that is a selling point for me. And then having the whole Xbox thing, it has to be fucking powerful. I was under the impression the other one is wildly different. The white one is like wildly different.
it is. It just runs
it's
Windows.
Just a bit less.
Oh,
Yeah.
Well, the other white one in the trailer, you mean?
yes.
Oh.
But that's just like that's just like less specs. So it's got
Yeah.
like 500 gigabytes and 16 gig of RAM, I think.
This
And
is
black
the
one has
X.
got
That's
1
the S.
terabyte.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And all those things, just a little bit less.
But I think it's really smart that they're doing this because it is just like it's almost a better seller and a segue to get people into PC, because it's easier for people coming from console to get something like this and then realize it's like, hey, I'm playing Xbox games. Hey, I can play. Whoa, how many games are on Steam? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's always funny to me that when somebody says something about PlayStation, it's like, oh, PlayStation has all the players. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, really, dude? Okay, anyway, like how many billions that we got on PC? So if you get comfortable with that, then your next purchase may not be a console. It may be a PC. And then you're going to be playing those games that you bought on this on your PC. And then thus they're in, they're in the ecosystem. Much like the Steam Deck. The Steam Deck, I think, doesn't have that console attachment to it or name to it that people are scared of. And I know that people are like, I'm not getting a Steam Deck because it's a PC. Or I'm not getting that because it's Steam. And they associate Steam with just PC. Not knowing that you can play Steam just like a console on a TV or anything else. This is a much better jumping point to getting into PC, and that in itself, I personally like. The hardware itself and Asus, I'm not a fan of Asus in any capacity. But this, depending on the price, this may actually end up being, pretty good for them, especially since they're not like fitting the whole bill, right? They're kind of leaving the Asus is making it. It's got their name on it. They're putting it out there as well. And it's not something they're doing solely for Xbox. And this itself is probably why they put that handheld console in the freezer for a second to see that, hey, if this sells really well, we don't need one for the console. This is our handheld. And this may even shape what they're going to do with the next console. So,
that's what I'm interested in, what it does for the console, because I think it will affect the Xbox console going forward.
Yes.
Especially if they figure out these operating systems.
Yeah. I would love to be able to boot up in, I'd love to get SteamOS and just boot up in SteamOS, And if Xbox had equivalent, like a version of Windows that you can boot up into Windows and just be for games, that would be freaking awesome.
That would be good, because SteamOS also has just demolished Windows.
Yeah.
Like the gaming performance. So
absolutely.
Had a sort of backseat, and they're like, right, we have to trim down Windows here for gaming because SteamOS just tanked us.
They've said that they're going to do that for years. Every iteration they say they're going to do that, and they just don't, because Windows itself is so bulky. I don't think they can, to be honest. Till now, maybe they have it. So the next one, their next big one is Outer Worlds 2, which this looks more of the same. What did you guys think of this trailer? What do you think about Outer Worlds? Did either one of you play it?
I didn't actually play it, so I might have to go back and have a look at it.
No,
but I don't think it didn't look like sort of the big game like that for Xbox this year.
Well, no, obviously not. We'll get to that one more thing in just a second. But.
Yeah, but I know the one more thing, but the showcase was focused on Outer Worlds 2. It was like the Xbox showcase with Outer Worlds 2, and they had a direct of Outer Worlds 2 afterwards.
Well, it sold well. Yeah.
The first one did. It must have done. Yeah, it must have done, because it got the second one. But I didn't. It doesn't do anything for me, really.
Well, I played the first one and I enjoyed it, but I think the first one's enough for me. It lays heavily on this concept of capitalism, capitalism is bad. We make fun of capitalism. Capitalism is, let's go, make some capitalism, and here's this major corporation that you've got to kind of fight against because you sided with this big corporation. And then the game itself is going to be $80. It's like you're becoming the enemy in the game that you're putting out there for $80. It just the whole capitalism thing, blah blah. I think that only works with one game, to be honest. I think that joke kind of outplays itself halfway through the first one, and the whole premise behind it's like, okay, I get it, capitalism, blah 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 blah. It just, I don't know. I got my fill. I don't think I would be playing the second one. Even though I did enjoy the first one, it just that joke kind of wore thin. But it does look better. I'm sure it'll be better. Maybe it'll, be a better game altogether. But
what's the big news?
The last reveal was that the one more thing they showed this trailer. Okay, and what did you guys think this trailer was when you first saw it?
I didn't know what it was at first. I was like, oh wow, this is interesting, and I didn't.
I thought it was.
I heard the name drop and I was like, oh man,
Oh,
this is the name.
what's the Remedy game? Quantum.
Oh, what, Quantum Break? You thought it was
Quantum.
something like
I
that?
thought it was going to be a sequel to Quantum Break.
Oh man, that would be epic.
I know. I'm like, is this going to be Quantum Break? And then it wasn't. Because it looked like it had time stuff, and it looked.
Yeah, it looked interesting. It was like, whoa, what is this?
Yeah.
Um,
It's fucking
then they
Call of
went-
Duty, man.
and then they went.
Oh,
racing.
yes.
Like, oh damn it.
And Black Ops 7. Like, God, what the hell, man? What the hell? Like right now, this was the worst time to do it. Black Ops 6 is on fire right now, sitting in a dumpster. Like, this was not the time to announce Black Ops 7. Black Ops 6, I can't even play Call of Duty right now because of that fucking DirectX 12 error that everybody's getting on PC. And if you go to Reddit and look that up, oh my God. I mean, it is just like hundreds of people like, I can't, please fix this. Please fix this. Oh, I found something that works. No, it doesn't. So, not to mention the cheaters, not to mention that the store is just completely gone, just nuts. This is not what they should have been laying into. If anything, they should have just showed the multiplayer, whatever that they always do. This felt like a bait and switch, and I hated it. Absolutely hated it.
Yeah, I will say,
Jerks.
like when the Xbox showcase started off, it felt strong, and I was really getting into it. Like, I like the look of the games. Some surprises.
Yeah.
Obviously, everything was on Game Pass practically at this point, so it was going good. And I don't know what happened, but I heard it was like a long show, and then it just kind of ended.
Yeah. When he got to that one last thing, I'm like, really? No Halo, no Gears, no Forza, no Forza Horizon. Hello.
Yeah.
It felt like there was just a segment that was missing.
Yeah.
And then Call of Duty, it's like, Call of Duty. I'll play Call of Duty, but come on.
Well, I guess last year they did kind of incorporate it into that, didn't they? I was thinking that was usually a separate thing, but no, what they did last year is they had their deal, and then it's like stay after for the Call of Duty deep dive or whatever, and they went.
Yeah, that's what they did. That's what they did at first. Yeah. Which on this one it was Outer Worlds.
Yeah.
So, and Call of Duty is going to be announced anyway. I think it's a shareholder thing, to be honest. Like, oh look, we've got another Call of Duty. Yeah, like whatever, we got another Call of Duty, going to announce it anyway. Like, what a surprise. I was excited about what Phil said though when he said the anniversary next year, because he said they're going to do an anniversary of Xbox next year for 25 years, which is going to have Gears, Forza, and a classic title that's been with us since the beginning. So Halo. That's what it's going to be.
So where did you hear this?
Huh? That's what Phil Spencer said.
He called you?
Yeah.
He called you last week?
When did he say this? He didn't tell me that.
he said that in the show before the whole One More Thing. He said the anniversary is coming up.
Oh, okay.
So,
I guess I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
I was just like, dude lost some weight, man. Looks like he's had a little work done too.
But yeah, so they're going to plan for an anniversary next year. So that's going to be Gears, which is an E-Day, Fable, probably.
Yeah.
Forza, which is didn't actually even say it.
Yeah, I mean, they're setting themselves up to have a really good year next year, I guess.
And Halo, and that Halo is going to be a CE remake. That's what it's going to be.
Well, that's not confirmed yet.
No, but I'm putting it out there.
It is by Liam.
Well, I'm kind of hoping that it's not a remake but a redo. Like, I hope that they retcon everything and just start completely over, because they have backed themselves in such a corner with that story that, I mean, it's just a mess. They bungeed the shit out of it is what they did. But regardless. But it'll be for a modern audience, and it'll be poorly written and not funny. And okay, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be negative. I'm trying not to be negative. I'm trying to be positive about these new games.
Well, apart from that, the show was a bit like not amazing level, because I think everyone was expecting amazing.
It wasn't actually the Future Game Show, which is they showed like a lot of stuff. There was some notable things there that I saw that I really liked. Owlcat Studios, which makes basically top-down computer RPGs, is making a third-person. It looks like a Mass Effect type RPG based on the Expanse universe, which is books, which is novels and TV show and all that stuff. And it looks awesome. It looks almost like, it's like Clockwork, like going from Wasteland 3 to like Clockwork. I keep wanting to say Clockwork Orange. It's not Clockwork.
Yeah.
Orange. It's not a Stanley Kubrick movie. Right. It looks like that level of jump in quality and graphics and everything. This looks amazing. I'm excited to learn more about that. Titan Quest 2 looks really good, which I think will be out soon. House Flippers 2, which is not a game I would normally play. However, they will have Scooby-Doo DLC in October.
Yeah.
So I may be flipping some houses with Shaggy. I don't know.
What was the beat 'em up Muppet game? I forgot what it was called now.
Yes,
it looks like a fever dream.
Boxing.
Yeah,
felt that boxing.
Awesome.
Right.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, that looks crazy.
Amazing.
Yeah. Yes. Oh, what about Sega Racing World? Did you see that?
With Sonic?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, with a lot of people. Yeah, it looks like they're. Yeah, it looks like they're set up to knock Mario Kart off the track.
Did you guys see this other one, End of Abyss? It's
that sounds familiar.
It's the same. I think it's the same people that make the game Little Nightmares, but it's very Resident Evil style, sort of like you have a little character, and you have a gun. In the Little Nightmares games, you didn't have a gun. It was all about like trying to get out and very puzzly and very horror. This one is very horror, very creepy looking, while simultaneously having somewhat of a Resident Evil element to it, which looks really, really cool.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, End of Abyss looks really, really awesome.
End of
that one and felt that boxing were two ones that I really these games look really, really cool.
I will say with a lot of these showcases, I mean, it's just my taste, so that's just me.
That one.
I am kind of tired of all the Soul-like games.
Oh my God! Yes.
Oh yeah,
you ain't lying.
That. Yeah.
Like there's so many. Just they all look the same at this point.
Yes.
Well, that's the point.
What I know, but what is it? There's either sort of Resident Evil type enemy where it's just hands growing out of every single place and just big
How
enemies.
Weird can we get this?
Yes. Or there's this other thing where they have that like slight broken mask, that like little thing. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And it's like those enemies. And I swear I saw that like 10 times in these showcases. I thought, how many can we have?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I agree.
Can I just say, like, going back to what you guys were saying before about how you felt about the overall about the Xbox showcase, and I think that was the one thing, as much as there were things I liked about the Xbox showcase over the PlayStation 1, the one thing that I didn't like about the Xbox, and I kind of feel like you guys had a similar experience, was there was just a whole lot of stuff on here that I was just, every time I saw something, I was like, okay, nobody asked for that. Okay, cool. Nobody asked for that.
Yeah.
Okay, nobody asked for that. Like, Grounded 2. I'm like, Grounded 2. Cool. Nobody asked for that.
I think they did actually. So,
well, you know what it is the last time I played Grounded, I really got into Grounded, and I played it a lot because it's a survival game, and I'm into survival games. It was really big. It had a lot of content in it. It was a lot of fun. And I know it's been out for a really, really long time, but I kind of wasn't done with it, So I don't know. I just felt like they're making a whole 2 of it. It looks pretty much the same. It's in a different place.
The reason why they decided to make a sequel is because they couldn't make anything more with the game.
Right.
The Xbox One was just holding them back. They're like, we need to do more. We want to add more stuff, and they couldn't because they were limited. So like, I'll just make a new game out of it then.
Yeah. No, but I guess what I'm saying is that like the same feeling that you got when you saw like Black Ops. Like you're just kind of like, okay, another Call of Duty. Like nobody asked for this. You know what I mean? It was just I had that same feeling of a lot of the games. Another Plague's Tale. Okay. High on Life 2. Okay.
Yeah. What? I get it when you want to see like new IPs or just different games.
Yeah, new stuff, like new things that are
when a lot of stuff is just like sequels or remasters.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it had its fair share of that, but it's again, it's kind of hard to get excited about that because what you're seeing there is even if it's brand new, it's like God. This may not look anything, or this may not be anything like the actual game. So it's kind of like a double-edged sword. You want new things, and you want to see new things, and they show you new things, and it's like, wow, that looks great, but really, like, is it going to look that good, or is it going to be that? We've been screwed so many times that it's hard to get excited. I don't really get as excited about these things as I used to. Not really at all. And even like watching everything and coming away from it, I was a little disappointed. I was happy to see some things, but the problem is I didn't get anything that I wanted out of it. And I think that's what it comes down to.
I think that's why you get more disappointment from is when you want to see something.
Yeah,
and just
light no fire, for fuck's sakes. I mean, where is this game? Like, can we at least have an update or something? Is it still a thing? It's not fair to show something like that 2 years ago and then go nothing. It's just let us know you're working on it.
Or every time that Microsoft does a showcase, Bethesda comes up. And it's Fallout 76. It's like, where's all the scrolls? I know the internet's like screaming it.
Well, I don't want to see anything about that game until they're showing gameplay.
Yeah.
Don't give me another cinematic trailer and then our announcement trailer and then an announcement to the cinematic trailer, then an announcement to the gameplay trailer, and just. I'm done with all that. Yeah. Just shut up until it's done.
Yeah. I was surprised, like, there's a lot of games that didn't get showcased. I thought Starfield would get, like, DLC or something. Didn't show up.
Yeah, that's another thing. A lot of people are kind of wondering if have they ditched Starfield, which I think they should. But I know there's still people that love that game and they like it and they want more DLC, which is fine, but the rest of us want those idiots to go work on Elder Scrolls 6. Please.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It's really it's just all subjective. They showed good stuff. Everybody showed good stuff.
Yeah.
The PC Gamer showcase was pretty good, except for I don't know why they feel like they have to do these skits, these little stupid, cringy, dumbass things. Like, why are you spending money on that? Just have somebody come out and go, "Hey, look, trailer," and that's all you gotta do. That's all. That's it. That's all you need to do. So, but before we close this out, I think we have to talk about the elephant in the room, which is called Arc Raiders. So last week, and much like everyone else, they had a countdown to June 6th. Secretively, like you had to go out and find it, and when people found it, it's like, here, there's the countdown, it's going out to 6. And then they had a very small, like 30-second trailer that showed the release date of October. No open beta, no shadow drop, no, they really screwed that up. Okay, so they did apologize. They sent out a tweet and said, hey, we just kind of, we didn't read the room right, obviously. I didn't think it was hard to do. Just go to Reddit. But what do you think about this, guys? There was so much excitement and anticipation for Arc Raiders,
Yeah.
and they dropped it. They dropped the ball. And I don't think to me, that's not a feeling I'm having. I think they really fucking dropped the ball on this. What do you guys think about that?
I think that they just weren't thinking when they put that June 6th up there. You know, I think they didn't think that we would all think that that's the release date. You know what I mean? Which was kind of like stupid on their part. Like if you're going to put any kind of date, the game's getting massive hype.
Right.
And you don't fucking throw any dates around if you're not going to commit to those
don't even put a timer up there. If they had never put a timer up there or shown the rooster, Scrappy, like, hey, Scrappy's going to be at the, like, holy shit, man, they're really going to do this thing. They might drop it.
Yeah. Yeah,
I mean,
you got to be careful.
I do think they messed up a little bit, but my question is, how much is on that for the community? I mean, before the countdown, because people were always speculating heavily.
People were speculating, though, not out of the ordinary speculation of any show coming up. Just like, Light No Fire. If you go to the Light No Fire Reddit, it was the same thing. It was like, hey, are we going to see it? Maybe we'll see it. Maybe they'll shadow drop it. Maybe we'll see a new trailer. There's hope there for that. Same thing with Arc Raiders. But what they did is they actually put a countdown to the Summer Games Fest, and then showed Scrappy at the Summer Games Fest. I mean, that's basically baiting you. That's telling you to anticipate something, not another fucking countdown to the
countdown to the countdown.
Yeah. If they had just had an open beta, date for an open beta, it's like, hey, next week, enjoy the show. Next week, everybody can play Arc Raiders.
Yeah, that would have softened the blow differently.
That would have been fantastic. That would have been even better, because then you can just enjoy all the trailers and all the things that are happening with it, and then next weekend, call in sick Thursday, Friday, Monday. But also, I think it's a huge mistake to put this thing out in October. For multiple reasons. Mm-hmm. One, it's if Warren, I don't think Marathon's coming out in September, but if it does, you've got people playing Marathon before Arc Raiders. One, I think that's a huge mistake. I think Marathon is going to probably turn a lot of people off to extraction shooters when it comes out. I really do. And then another one coming out directly after that, they're not going to be interested in that. If this was before Marathon, you can crush them. Also, and what comes out in October? We got a new Battlefield coming out this year. We got a new Call of Duty coming out this year. There's a lot coming out in October that is competitive to that game style. Yeah, and I think I think they're going to fuck up. I think they're fucking up. I seriously do. I hope they change that date or something, move it up or get it out of that time slot. I think that
get it there.
I think that it is imperative for them to get in front of Marathon if it's even going to get released. I really, really do. I don't know. What do you guys think?
I think I'd rather see Arc Raiders delayed to early next year.
Shut your face hole.
No, to go against Call of Duty or Battlefield if Battlefield comes out this year.
No, I agree. Yeah.
That's true.
What happened to Titanfall 2? Call of Duty, Titanfall 2, Battlefield. What's Titanfall? I don't know.
Yeah.
So that's like the kiss of death. That is just to go in between them.
Yeah, it is. I think it's a huge mistake. The only thing that would save that is if it was free to play, which we know it's not going to be free to play. It's going to be a $40 game. But if it was free to play, I think that it could grab that momentum as it's coming out of that holiday season. But you don't want that, man. I know that they couldn't just whip up the game and finish it. Oh, look at all this hype. That's impossible to do. But I think that they should not have revealed anything. I don't think they should have had anything at Summer Game Fest. They should have just done nothing. nothing would have been better. Because then it's just like, just like No Man's Sky. Light No Fire. I'm upset that I didn't get to see anything about Light No Fire. I'm not angry at the studio for it. I'm kind of angry at Embark for leading me on like that,
Yeah.
So it's like, Liam's new girlfriend that's flying in from New Zealand. I mean, your Switch too. Sorry. Forgot. But yeah, I don't know. I just had to say that. I think that's a mistake, and I hate that because I think this game has a lot of potential. I really like it, and I think it could really put them on the map. But now,
I'll tell you this though. I mean, I feel like there's enough positivity around that game that might.
Oh yeah,
you think so? Even if it comes out,
I think there's enough hype behind it. Definitely,
I think there's enough hype behind it. Yes, I do. I really, really do. And you know what?
Yeah.
If there's enough hype just to give it that initial push when it does come out, then it won't suffer the same fate as like a Titanfall or something like that, where it's like an amazing game and nobody's talking about it, and then it's too late because they find out 2 years later that it's actually a fucking amazing game.
Yeah.
But I think
right.
I think there's enough hype around it that it might actually pull through in the midst of a lot of other shit coming out. That's just my take.
It just
that might be wishful thinking.
Yeah. I hope you're right. I do. I really want this game to succeed. I think it's a lot of fun, and I can't wait to play it with everybody. But
I do think Call of Duty is going to release in November this year as well. They're going to push that a bit more back because
and it's also going to be $80.
Yeah, probably. Thank you, Game Pass.
Yeah, when you're talking about getting Battlefield and getting Call of Duty, not to say that everybody's going to do that, but you got an $80 game and a $70 game, and then here's a $40 game. It's like, I'm full up, bro. I mean, I can't play all three.
I think it's so fascinating to me how there's like 28 Call of Duty games in this fucking world, and everybody has to center their release date around this fucking game that's like so many Call of Duty.
Yeah.
Every year we get a new one, and it's like, don't release your game around that game's day, and it's like, why? We have like 80 of these games, and we'll have
Man,
because that's what the market does. The casual market does that. Yeah. That's why we don't have Titanfall 3.
Right. There's people out there that have a console that collects dust until the Call of Duty comes out, and then they play the shit out of it, and then it collects dust until Madden comes out, and then it collects dust until the next Call of Duty, and it's just a rotation, and that's it. Yeah. And then you've got ones that are like they play Fortnite until Call of Duty comes out, and then they go back to Fortnite. And that's it. And that's their norm, and that's why this thing keeps coming out every year, and that's why it keeps making money every year and making a ton of money. But I don't know. I mean, as far as
also it's also like
don't interrupt me. No,
fault.
I agree.
Call of Duty is still like the top sellers on Xbox and PlayStation. I don't think Steam, because whatever PC has, because it doesn't play well on PC right now. Yeah. But even with all the crap that Black Ops 6 does, it still sells. Everyone's still got it. Like, it is broken. The game gets more broken every update, and people get into it more.
I quit playing Call of Duty just because how broken it is. Just forget it. I'm done, man. I'm not playing this one.
Yeah.
I really wish they would just like retire the whole HQ thing because it's so annoying.
They need to redo Call of Duty from scratch. They need to go back to having 3 studios where they can work longer on these games, because they're obviously coming out buggy and not finished. And before everybody starts blaming Xbox for that, Black Ops 7 was probably in pre-production before they even bought them. So that's that's how this works.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
And Black Ops 6 even had an extra a year of development.
Did it? How?
I don't know. I don't know. Like the other games, like what did we have before? We had
Modern Warfare 3.
Full Black Ops 6. We had Modern Warfare 2 and 3, and like Vanguard and other games. But Treyarch was actually working on Black Ops 6. Kind of did a bit of Modern Warfare, but they had 4 years for Black Ops 6.
Did they?
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Yeah. Yeah, and they still screwed up. Anyway.
and it's still like that. So it's ridiculous.
Jeez. Well, you know.
All right.
Not to end the show on a bad note, but that's just Call of Duty.
Well,
No,
yeah,
you know.
I did want to bring up Arc Raiders because it was a disappointment for a lot of people, and not. It wasn't totally our fault, I mean, there was a little bit of a carrot there that somebody put in front of us. But all in all, I mean, I do enjoy watching the trailers. I was disappointed in both shows just because I didn't get what I wanted. I mean, overall though, yeah. Overall, I think the whole Summer Games Fest. I mean, I'd give it a C. It passed. Yeah. It can go on to next year, but it not necessarily. It was satisfactory. Nothing special.
C for satisfactory.
C for satisfactory.
I'll say that. Some gems in there. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, I think we've gone through all of these. Although I did say
Nintendo's going to sue another company though.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh.
That's on the next episode.
I just got an email from Nintendo. I'm being sued because I made fun of you. Final Fantasy 16 they dropped it on Xbox out today.
Yep.
I forgot to mention that. That's kind of huge, and I don't think anybody knows it. Like I don't think they didn't have any marketing or anything for this. So, in case you don't know, Final Fantasy 16 is now on Xbox, out this weekend. So
if you made it this far in the video,
right?
Yeah.
You're a
and the remake
you're a true fan.
of 7.
Yeah, you are.
and the remake of 7 is coming this week, this winter. So.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get out of here. It's freaking hot in here. I got to turn my AC on and go eat some dinner. So thanks for joining in. We'll be back next week with something, probably zero news. This usually happens after these things, but we'll figure out something to talk about. So join us. I will be streaming Graybeard Gaming Podcast on Twitch later tonight. And I don't know what yet. Space Marine, the reloaded version or whatever came out. I will probably.
Let me know if you want to play some Dune.
Some Dune. I don't have Dune. Yeah. I sent Dune back.
You...
I got bored. I'm sorry. I got bored with it. I got like super bored with it.
All right. Fine.
Convince me to not be bored with it, and I'll. I tried to play. Get this. This is. I have had the worst luck lately. There's a bug if you download. What is it? Dungeons, Minecraft Dungeons, on the Xbox app, and you don't start the Minecraft app first and log into Minecraft Dungeons. It says, "Hey, log in with your Xbox account," and you go, "Okay, let's go." Log in with your Xbox account. Okay, let's go. Log in with your Xbox. It goes in a perpetual loop, and you can't get out of it, even if you uninstall the game.
Oh no.
So yeah, just be warned and don't do that. Don't be like me. Be like David. Anyway. All right, we're out of here. Have a good week.
All
be
right.
kind to one another. And don't forget our Discord. I'm putting a link below. Yeah, balloons. Wow, that looks amazing. I like that.
I didn't do anything. I don't know why that happened. Who fucking did that?
Magic. Yeah. All right. Sure, Coach. That's out of here.